children. Today I am going to start the lesson. I have already told you the story of the lesson Anandi Gopal about her autobiography. In the last class I have sent you a video giving a brief narration about the story narration about Anandi Gopal. How a girl at a very small age, how she got married and how later on she pursued the education of doctorate. She wanted to become a doctor. And what are the problems she has faced, what are the struggles, but also she did not give up in any of the hurdles in her life. She had a lot of health issues, but also she was strong and determined to complete and to become the doctor. So here is the lesson. That is, I will start the lesson today from the textbook. And what is an autobiography? You should know what is an autobiography. What is autobiography? It is about the history of a person from the beginning till the end, like about the person's story, okay? Either a person or any other thing. See, it can be about a thing also, okay? So you can imagine and write. So this is about autobiography. It is about the story about Anandi's real life, how she was born, where she was born, how she was brought up, and what are the hurdles or what are the problems she had to face in her life. So see here children, an autobiography is the story of a person's life written by the person himself. So autobiography is written by the same person who has known the story, because others don't know what all problems she has faced. So she knows what was from her childhood till the end, what are the problems she faced. So autobiography is the story of a person's life, a life person's, written by the person himself. While a biography is the story of a person's life written by somebody else. Suppose if it is a biography, see children, autobiography means by one single person, by its own self. Biography means somebody else is writing your story. So that is called as biography. Now we will read the autobiography of Anandi Gopal, the first Indian woman to receive education abroad and to obtain a medical degree. So she was the first Indian woman who went abroad to learn medicines, and also she pursued the medical degree. So she was the first doctor of India, lady doctor. Okay, how did she achieve this? What were the obstacles faced for her, by her? So what are the obstacles, what are the problems, what are the hurdles she had to face in her life? What made her desire to become a doctor? Read the autobiography to get the answers for this question. So what is the reason why she took this determination that she has to become a doctor only? There are so many other fields. So now you will come to know what is the main reason for her to become a doctor. I was born on 31st March 1865 at Yamuna Joshi in Kalyan, a small town near Mumbai. So where was Anandi born? Anandi was born on 31st March 1865. So keep it in mind children. Anandi was born on 31st March 1865 at Yamuna Joshi in Kalyan. It was a small town near Mumbai. My family used to be the landlords in the town, but had lost all their riches. So earlier the family was the richest family in the town where they were staying near Mumbai. After that they lost everything and they became poor. They came down from their richness. When I was 9 years old, I was married and my name was changed to Anandi. So earlier her name was, see what it was Yamuna Joshi. Earlier her name was Yamuna Joshi. At the age of 9 she was given in marriage, and later on her name was changed to Anandi. Before my marriage I could barely read Marathi. Education of girls was not common then, but my husband Gopal Rao was an ardent supporter of widow remarriage and women's education. After our marriage, he started teaching me. This was very difficult. In those days, a husband didn't even speak directly to his wife in front of others. In the beginning, my husband tried to enroll me in the missionary schools, but that did not work out. We had to move from Kalyan to Alibag to Kolhapur and finally to Calcutta, where he was left free to teach me. See what are the problems. Husband wants to teach her, and what are the problems? They have to keep on changing the place because that time women's education was not given importance. See here, before my marriage, she is telling I could hardly speak Marathi. Even she was staying near Mumbai, she was not able to speak Marathi clearly. Why? The reason is the girls were not allowed to be sent to school and to be educated. So education of girls was not common then. That time it was not common or compulsory. Now how it is? Education for children, it is very compulsory. So earlier it was not so. But my husband, what's the husband's name? Gopal Rao. He was an ardent supporter. So he was a strong supporter of what children? One is of widow remarriage and the women's education. So he strived hard for two things. One is widow remarriage and second is women's education. So after our marriage, he started teaching me. So after marriage, first the husband only started teaching the wife. This was very difficult. In those days, husband and wife was not talking face to face. But also see, Anandi is so lucky to get a good husband. He himself was teaching her. See there. In those days, a husband didn't even speak directly to his wife in front of others. In the beginning, my husband tried to enroll me in the missionary schools. So he tried his level best to get a seat in one of the missionary schools, but it was not possible. So just see where all they had to move off. But that did not work out. We had to move. So first they were in Kalyan. From Kalyan they went to Alibag, thinking that they might get seat there. Then they went to Kolhapur, and at last they went and settled in Calcutta. So see children, which all places, just for the sake of educating his wife and being a strong supporter for his wife and giving importance to women education and widow remarriage. That is who? Gopal Rao. So see children, from Kalyan they went to Alibag. From Alibag they went to Kolhapur. From Kolhapur they had to travel to Calcutta, where he was left free to teach me. Teach me means to Anandi. From then Calcutta he was free to teach his wife. After my rapid progress, my husband was insistent that I should acquire higher education. In those days, female doctors were not available in our country. Many women reluctant to approach a male doctor would suffer a lot as a result. I myself had lost my infant son when I was 14. So I decided that I would like to be a doctor. So even that time what happened? The women were not allowed to talk to their own husbands face to face in front of others. Then how if they fall sick, they will go to a male doctor. So because of that, many of the women don't go to the doctors and they die, or they fall sick and they die because they suffer. Because that was not allowed to go and get treated by a male doctor. So even she also had the same problem. Anandi also lost her son when she was 14 years because of the same problem. See, after my rapid progress, my husband was insistent that I should acquire higher education. Because I was progressing, I was doing well in the school where he had put me in Calcutta. So he liked it. So he wanted me to go for further education. So that time, in those days, who were not there? There were no female doctors. There were male doctors, but there were no any female doctors. Were not available at all in our country. So many women reluctant to approach a male doctor. So many of the women did not want to go to a male doctor and would suffer a lot as a result. So if they get any ailment, any sickness, they will suffer in the houses only without taking any medication or going to any male doctor. I myself had lost my infant son when I was 14. So when she was only 14 years, she lost the infant. Infant means a small child, small baby, okay, newborn baby, small baby she lost when she gave birth at the age of 14 because of the same problem. So I decided that I would like to be a doctor. So there she took, at the age of 14, she took the decision that she wants to become a doctor and save the lives of the women and treat the women, which was not possible because there was no any female doctor at that time. My husband tried very hard to get me admitted to some university in America. So that time my husband tried his very best, his level best to get me admitted where? In America, in one of the best university. Mrs. Carpenter of Rosella, New Jersey, by chance came to know my story and was moved by the correspondence and wrote me a letter. So Mrs. Carpenter of Rosella, she came to know about me, about my story, about my problems, everything she knew it. She was staying in New Jersey. So she came to know her story and she was attached. She liked and she started corresponding Anandi, means keeping in touch with Anandi, and she wrote a letter to her. She offered to host me in the USA. So she offered a place to keep her in USA. Since Gopal Rao wasn't able to get a job there, we decided that I should leave for America alone. So in America now to get the job, it is very difficult for Indians at that time. So Gopal Rao did not get any job in America. So he had to stay back in India, and Anandi had to move alone to America. We had to face a lot of opposition and criticism to the extent of people throwing stones and cow dung at us. See, what is the problem the Indians had done? Indians really tortured them a lot. They tried to stop them for Anandi going abroad and getting higher education. They were stoning them and also throwing cow dung on them so that they should not go for further education. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, in June 1883, I reached America and met my carpenter Maushi aunt. So after that, after lot of problems, all the hurdles, all the difficulties, all the torture given by the people, at last in June 1883, she reached America and she met who? Carpenter Maushi, that is her aunt. In America, there were many things that I thought were strange and many that the carpenters found strange about me. For example, the carpenters found it odd that I wouldn't sit down on a chair when Mr. Carpenter was in the room, as was the custom in India. Then, and I was astonished that they didn't bath every day. Other things like my clothes and my not eating non-vegetarian food also very strange for them. Carpenter Maushi took care of me as if I were her own daughter. She cried like a child when she left me at the Women's College in Philadelphia. So now what happened? Anandi has reached to America, okay? So there were many things that I thought, and there was many strange things happening. Means what the carpenters are doing, that Anandi doesn't do. What Anandi does, they don't do. Because Anandi was following the Indian customs and they were following the foreign customs, okay, American customs. See there how. So what happened? What was strange for both of them? For example, the carpenters found odd, because when any carpenter, any of those Mr. or Mrs. sitting on a chair, she won't sit on the chair in front of them. She used to sit down, see there, in the room. That was the customs of the Indians, okay. Then, and I was astonished that they didn't bath every day. So Anandi was astonished that they were not having their daily bath, and they were astonished because Anandi was not sitting on the chair, she was sitting on the floor as a Indian custom. Other things like my clothes and my not eating non-vegetarian food was strange for them. The clothes I wear, because Indians will be fully covered with the clothes. So the clothes I wear and not eating the non-vegetarian food, as Anandi was a vegetarian. So that was astonishing them. It was a strange for Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter. Carpenter Maushi took care of me as if her own daughter. So she was taking care of me as if her own daughter, and she cried a lot when she went to leave her at the Women's College in Philadelphia. So later on Anandi had to move to Philadelphia in one of the Women's College. That time Maushi cried a lot because she was attached to Anandi. So here I am going to stop the lesson, children. The next part I am going to continue in the next class. So see the video, read the textbook and understand the lesson better. Thank you, children.